So, it's a very sad day. Kojima has officially left Konami, according to the New Yorker, and it seems like it is finally game over. There will be no Chapter 3, and the game is done, and that's all there is for Metal Gear Solid as a franchise. Uh, Konami is, and according to the New Yorker, also many mobile game makers in Japan are claiming that this would be the smart thing to do right now. That there's just no money in console gaming, and they're going back to the arcades with it. They're going to try to make games like Contra that are really, really addicting and force you to put in that extra quarter. You know, that's what they're going to go for, which is the smart thing to do because it's about money and all that stuff. So more than likely it's over. But that's not why you're here. You're here because you want the Ruse Cruise, and I understand that, and I agree with you. So all aboard. As many of you know, I'm old school. PlayStation 2, Metal Gear Solid 3. Metal Gear Solid 2, PlayStation 2. I've been a nerd for a long time. This is not something that's... I'm not just doing this because it's the cool thing to do on YouTube. Like, I've been a fan for a long time of this franchise. Since '98. I was 12. And I followed it through the internet, through gaming magazines, through all of that stuff. And I still believe this is bullshit. I still believe it. And I know you're saying, why would this be bullshit? And I've read the New Yorker article, I've read the GameStop article, and I still believe it all to be bullshit. And here's why. Hope I didn't throw you for a loop with my acting job earlier. It was pretty bad, so I hope it didn't make you believe me. Anyway, here's why. First off, the New Yorker, very famous publication. Everybody knows about the New Yorker magazine, the New Yorker newspaper. But who knows about the New Yorker website? I mean, that's my first point. The way we take in media has changed dramatically. And there's many websites that give out news now. And something like the New Yorker probably doesn't get the same revenue that it used to. Now, there's no facts to back that up. I'm just making a bold statement. But the first thing that bothered me about the authenticity of that article was that at the end it states it won't be a big loss to the art to have a game of United States patriotism and this, that, and the third. And if anybody has played Metal Gear Solid, that is not what it's about at all. Like, especially not Metal Gear Solid 5. Like, you're a piece of shit in Metal Gear Solid 5. That's the whole point. You're a terrorist. It's never been about rah rah USA. Even in the end, in Metal Gear Solid 4, when Snake technically wins and the US is technically put back to normal, it still isn't about US. It's more about a global war and the world coming together as one under the Patriots AI and this, that, and the third. Excuse me. And it's actually more of a meta about video games in general and the whole anti-war, anti-nuke, all of that good stuff. So to say that the art won't miss Kojima, first off, that's bullshit. And for any publication, I don't care what publication you are, for any publication to state that, you automatically lose credibility. You lose it. Now, they are quoting the guy that works for the mobile games. So what benefit does he have? The benefit he has is he's getting a bunch of motherfuckers that would never play his games to know who the fuck he is. Like, I don't know what the fuck a side droid or a side Brit or a side whatever the fuck. But now we all know who this person is. We all know that they make mobile games, and maybe somebody will buy one or two. It's free publicity is what it is. And the same goes for the New Yorker posting this article. This is a hot topic right now. And amongst us, amongst the community of video game players who play Metal Gear Solid, and just video game connoisseurs or video game, whatever you want to call us in general, nerds, nodes, whatever. It's an inside joke. Only Metal Gear fans will get it, sorry. But yeah, it makes sense for them to print bullshit for the New Yorker because they'll get hits. And it makes sense for the person who's trying to push their mobile games to post bullshit because they'll get, publicity. So Kojima and company, does this make sense for the CEO to talk about? No. And the CEO is not talking about it. When they call them, the CEO don't say it. They haven't said anything. I'm sorry if I'm going too fast for you. I'm going to try to slow it down. I've realized now that I'm going really fast, so I'm going to try and slow it down. The article states that they spoke with the CEO, or they tried to speak with the CEO, and the CEO of Konami was not available for comment. Now that's just because they have no reason to comment on this. If it's true or if it isn't, there's no reason for the Konami CEO to get involved. Now, the only person that is commenting is an insider. Now, that can mean anything, especially since they're not saying who it is. It can very well just be Kojima and Konami and some random employee at Kojima Studios, probably Shinkawa, because the person who's most safe money-wise is Shinkawa. His art is going to make him a millionaire for the rest of his life. Like, it doesn't matter if the game never sells. It doesn't matter if they never release another Metal Gear Solid game. It doesn't matter if his credibility is shattered. None of it matters, because Shinkawa will stay a millionaire forever. Because they will keep releasing action figures, they will keep releasing costumes, they will keep releasing all of this Metal Gear Solid merc. And since Shinkawa was the person that drew it, he's going to continually get royalties. So my guess is it'd be Shinkawa. If I was Kojima and him, and I was trying to throw somebody out there as a red herring to get the media to buy into this whole last game thing, I would throw Shinkawa. Anyway, with that said, so why would they do this? Why would Konami and Kojima do this if all it's doing is bringing negative press? And the truth is, it's not. It's bringing good press. It's bringing positive press. Everybody that hears this hears about this game that's 30 years being made. Even the New Yorker article made sure to mention that Kojima gets most of his influence from film. So, and especially since it's being, excuse me, as you saw, I was with a Coca-Cola. Since it's being posted in the New Yorker, like that casts a broad net of persons that would never play a video game. And here you're being told about this 30 years of this man who was influenced by movies that has been creating video games. And you're hearing that this video game sold more than the Avengers and Jurassic World combined. So maybe, even though you don't even care about video games, maybe you'll go pick that game up. You see what I'm saying? It makes sense from a company standpoint, from Konami and from Kojima's point of view, to spread this false rumor around and to create this media whirlwind, because new potential buyers are hearing about the product. I mean, like I said, there's Bruce Cruz Central here. If you don't believe me, then you don't believe me, that's fine. But I still call bullshit. until I hear it from Kojima's mouth. Until Kojima is with another company. Which, trust me, if Kojima leaves Konami, there will be lines around the block. Everybody and their grandma video game company is going to try to hire Kojima. That would be like Quentin Tarantino leaving Miramax or whatever film studio he is. If Tarantino leaves that film studio, there will be lines around the block trying to get whatever next film Tarantino wants to make. It's the same thing for Kojima. And do you think whatever studio Tarantino's with is just going to let him go? No, they wouldn't do that. So why would Konami do that? If Metal Gear Solid 5 cost $80 million to make, which is the number they are saying, and it made $180 million on the first day, then why the fuck would they let that go? Why would they let it go? It doesn't make sense. And I know I hear a lot of my the person's arguing me. They're saying that, oh, it takes more to make a game, it wasn't 80 million, blah blah blah. It made 180 on its first day. On its first day. Christmas is coming up. It's only going to make more. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's where I stand with it. I still think it's a ruse. V for victory. We just gotta wait it out. And if there is a chapter 3 and it's unlocked and the gaming world goes crazy, you can expect another 20 mil easy sold. Easy.